Hey, you know what? Know when you're listening to somebody. Know when they're seeking counsel or they may not be looking for answers, so you don't just arbitrarily say some stuff or try to sound smarter than what you are, or punching way above your weight class and you don't know what you're talking about, because you might just sound crazy. Some instances you may offend a person, just like I'm being offended by this train out here honking the instant I started recording this video. And I ain't starting this video over because I already started my videos and the doggone battery had died. So I had to let me push on before I get a bad attitude about this video. You know, I was talking to a person, family member, if you will. We had some issues, right? And this is where accountability comes into play. And with me talking to this person, it's funny. You know, I let out that on, like, sometimes on my day off, how, man, you know, I might almost sleep the whole day away. This person proceeds to say, well, yeah, you know, that could be because of depression. Have you sought out counseling? Now, normally, just like a lot of these topics on on this channel, when I talk about, you know, not having to defend your position, know who you're dealing with, and so forth and so on where you're headed with people, so you can avoid these altercations, right? But keep in mind that I was addressing the issue up with this person, and that was part of one of the things that I had let out. And not only did it lead me to assure me and knowing that they were deflecting, they were trying to not hold themselves accountable for what the issues that were being brought to their attention up on the phone. But I was slightly ticked off, somewhat offended. Because to me it seemed like the issue that you were jumping to was, oh, see, no, the issue ain't me, it's you. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you about the issue that I'm having up with you. No, I don't need counseling. Now, let me tell you the reason why this was so offensive. I'm like, I hadn't gotten to say, but see, I don't have to, and I didn't explain this because I don't have to explain myself to nobody. I didn't have to explain, like I'm about to do in this video, to let you know just how short-sighted that comment was and how I recognized that it was just your way of not holding yourself accountable for the issues that were being brought to your attention and trying to deflect, place it back up on me. One of the issues that I had in dealing with this person, and that other people have had with dealing with this person, was, let's just write off the fact that I start my work day at 6 every day. So that leads to me getting up at about 4:30, at the latest 5, depending on where I'm coming in from. Let's leave out the fact that sometimes I may work out once to twice a day. Let's not also leave off the plate of other extracurricular things that I'm doing. Steadily trying to live in my passion, if you will. I'm not going to go down the road of other things that I'm doing. Not to mention, there's family needs that need to be met. Not to mention just so forth and so on. To where when it comes to that day off, and I just want to kind of kick back and relax, I fall asleep. That's the reason why you got a day off. And sometimes I may wake up, move around, do a couple of things. It's a part of decompressing, detoxing. Or sometimes I may get ready to get back to do something that I'm wanting to do, and maybe that week was just rough. I'm not sad. I'm not gloomy. I'm not sitting here thinking back over the week on just how horrible this week was, and I'm just wallowing in pity. No, I don't need to talk to anybody. See, here's the other thing. This is actually what I said to him up on the phone. It was funny because I'm like, and then I was met with silence because I think they realized how silly it sounded. I'm like, no. Now, I'm not against counseling or talking to anybody. If you need help, then you need help. Not everybody knows how to process certain things, or not everybody has somebody that they can talk to. Nothing wrong with seeking counseling or seeking help. Remember, matter of fact, like I told you on this channel before, I don't care how tall you're standing, we all lean on somebody from time to time. Today I might be leaning on you, tomorrow you might be leaning on me. That's the way it goes, right? So I'm losing my train of thought on what I was getting ready to say with talking with the person. When they were talking about, you sought out counseling and talking with anybody, you know, it can be signs of depression. I'm like, no, I haven't. You know why? Because I know how I feel. If I'm talking to you about something, I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you on what you're doing, on how it makes me feel. And there's a problem with that. I have a problem with what you are doing. We're talking about this. Why do I need to go talk to somebody else about how I feel about you? I know how I feel. I'm not sorting through anything. That's the reason why I'm bringing it to you. Crazy. Sounds crazy. See, that might work on somebody else who's beating around the bush and, I don't know how to speak up. Like I said, I'm not shunning talking to counselor or anybody that needs to do that. But that's not the person that you're looking eye to eye with here. This is not the person that's dealing with you. You're deflecting. And I'm about to get off the phone. Because I can see this ain't going to be resolved for today. The reason why I'm bringing this up, despite it sounding like venting, is like the reason why I bring up a lot of the topics on this channel. I would hate to do that to a person. A person is talking to me about an issue with me, and then I'm pointing them elsewhere. It's plain and simple. This is not up for debate. It's something that I've said or something that I've done that they've taken issue with. And I have to stand here and I have to acknowledge what I have done, how I've made them feel. They're talking to me about it. And I'm saying, maybe the problem is with you. Maybe you should take it elsewhere. We're not talking about some overly sensitive thing. This is something where this person's kind of been a little bit of a loose cannon at the mouth. Anyway, like I said, other people have had problems with some of the things that they stated, or some of their dealings. I'm not trying to drag them up through the mud, because like anybody, they've assisted in my life just as I've assisted in theirs. But hey, come on, man, what are we doing here? What type of way is this to run a relationship? That's why I talk about trying to stay out of your emotions and dealing with people and not just being quick to react, and being an active listener, listening, having to stand in your truth. I don't think there's anything else further that I wanted to add. Like I said, the reason why I wanted to really paint that picture out is because sometimes, it's not sometimes, just like with this person, I'm sure when they were saying it, it sounded awesome in their head. I'm like, hey, look, I know this person is saying, you know, what's going on. Now, keep in mind, it's not that we were going round and round on the issues of whatever they had said or had done with me, and they're just like, hey, look, and we were in disagreement with one another, and it was just like, look, I really can't get my point up across to you. Hey, maybe you need some maybe there's something deeper afoot. That's not what was going on here. It was just like, hey, the first thing that I wrote, man, this person is sleeping. All of a sudden, I'm a certified psychiatrist or psychologist, one of the two. This person may be suffering from depression because they decided to take their time out and talk to me up on something. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. And I expected more from this person. I like to put a microscope on these things, like I stated, and blow them up, because just like when I watch these videos and things that I've encountered throughout my life, when you see images of certain things that may occur and they go down, and you're like, man, I would really not ever want to come off that way up to a person or shun somebody or turn them away. when I could potentially assist, or they've taken something the wrong way, or cause a person to stumble in their life, when all I want to do is aid and assist. So I definitely don't want anybody stumbling in anything that they do, or cause them to doubt themselves, or fall short, or to second guess themselves, or think less than of their confidence. It's just that's something that I just don't want to do. So when I have that stuff coming at me, that's the reason why I come on this channel, when I talk about these things, how to recognize them, how to call out people on their mess, because that's what it is, mess. When they're diverting things off, their attention up off of them, whether it's jealousy, envy, and they put these things up on you and make you seem like you the crazy one. Or do what a lot of people do when they dumb themselves down around certain people, because it's just like, hey, don't want to pull out too far ahead of the pack, don't want to seem too smart, let me dial it back, let me be less than because of these fools that I'm around. No, there's a problem. There's an issue. If I need to remove myself from this situation, go over and get me a better situation going, because hey, this is not breeding love. I'm in here in a den of, do sharks have a den? I'm in a den of sharks. Some doggone gremlins, if you will. Nothing further to add to this video. Just wanted to make sure we're being our best that we can possibly be, and being better for our fellow man. Make sure we're taking accountability for the things that we're doing. And just, bang. I didn't say it all in this video. No need trying to capstone this off with nothing. I'm done with this video. Tired of this video. Tired of that topic when I was talking to the person. Which, by the way, they had to all of a sudden speedily get off the phone. Something came up. Hadn't talked to him since. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I mean, you have a good one.